Hi, welcome back. Okay, we're almost done here. There's just a few final steps as we conclude setting up our new event using the event creator. I want to remind you that maybe you've had some questions that have popped up along the way. We're here for you. We have real live Brushfire experts standing by to help you with your questions. No matter how simple that question is or how complicated your issue might be, we're standing by, ready to help every step of the way. So reach out and let us know how we can help. Okay, so here we have a question. Do we want to collect additional information? And we have three options here. Of course, no is an option. We don't want to collect any more information, or yes. And there are two options if we choose yes. We can collect additional information per attendee or additional information from buyers only. So let's talk about each of those options. If I choose yes from each attendee, what that means is that for every person that is going to have a registration, so if someone comes and they buy 5 registrations for our leadership conference, we're going to be collecting information on each of those 5 registrations. Or we can say yes from buyers only. What that means is that if somebody comes and they buy 5 registrations for our event, we're only going to be collecting additional information from that single buyer there. So not for all 5, just for the one purchasing the ticket. Now, keep in mind that Brushfire during the checkout process always collects name, email address, and phone number from every buyer. So you're going to have that information. So keep that in mind as you think about those questions. But for our purposes today, we do want to collect information per attendee. So that's the option that we're going to select yes from each attendee and choose continue. This is now where we begin to think about the questions and the information that we want to collect during the process from each one of these attendees. So let's start. Well, first we want to collect the name of each attendee. So I'm going to choose that and type in the label full name. So you need to make the selection here and then type in a label. So let's make an additional selection for email, and then I want to add the label email. Now, for every registration, we're going to be collecting full name and email for each attendee. So once we have that like we want it, we'll hit continue. But let me draw your attention here really quickly. There's so many options for things that you can do with data. Data, as we all know, is incredibly powerful. And we have a few simple options straight out of the box, or we have more complicated and complex registration, collection, information options in your dashboard on your Brushfire account. So keep in mind those are there. If you have any questions at all, reach out to us and let us know. We'll be happy to help you with those options. So for now, we're going to hit continue. And now, what do attendees need when they come to your event? A single QR code for all attendees, or a PDF e-ticket for each attendees. I'm going to recommend the single QR code. And one thing to keep in mind is that for you as the event manager, you and your team, whether it be staff or volunteers, whatever it may be, go to the App Store on both iOS and Android and download the Brushfire app. And if you choose the single QR option, the people who will be attending your event can show you the QR code, and you can scan that QR code and check them in. Of course, you can also do the PDF e-ticket option as well if you want to do that, but I always recommend the single QR code. It's a great option and a really quick way to get people checked in for your event. And so that's what we'll select there. So I'm going to choose continue and move on. This is where we identify the URL that we would like to have for our event. It's already pre-populated for you with a bit of the Brushfire information that we need. And then the leadership conference area here is what you can change. And for me, I'm just going to say Leadership Conference Austin and choose that. Or you could do something just super simple and say leadership. But as I mentioned, I want to have Leadership Austin. So once I choose that, I will choose continue. And as we wrap it up here, we have seen that we have now published our event. It's ready to go. So everything that we need to do, we have done. And so there may be some steps along the way. Maybe you still need to configure a payment gateway or some other options that you need to configure. You can always go back and change things at any time. You can update things at any time. That's the beauty of the Brushfire platform, is that you can continue to change and monitor your event over time to make it do exactly what you want it to do. As I mentioned, we're here, standing by, ready to help you at any point along the way. We're so thankful for you and appreciative that you're using Brushfire for your event. And as we mentioned, please let us know if we can come alongside you and help in any way. Thanks so much.